a Queen's Solar Return Day, okay? If you don't know what that means today is the day that I was born. Today is the day that I arrived to this earth. Today is my Earth Day, honey. And another year older, another year stronger, another year smarter, another year more beautiful, another year around the sun, honey. I am so grateful to be here. I am so grateful for my channel. I'm so grateful for my soul tribers. I'm so grateful for my family. I'm so grateful to be alive, to be breathing this beautiful fresh air. And I'm just happy and blessed. And well, I ain't blessed. I'm grateful, okay? I'm not blessed because I'm not blessed. Anyway, I love y'all. My name is Oshun Omare. On this channel, we uncover the creepiest, most unusual haunted TikToks the internet has to offer for entertainment purposes. Y'all are my soul tribe. Tribe is with a Y because the Y is for you. And that's because I love you so freaking much. Happiest of love to you all. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the Soul Tribe for your weekly dose of supernatural every Sunday and Thursday. And yeah, it's my day. I put on some shimmeries for y'all. I hope you like it so I can change colors in the sunlight, honey. But yeah, let's get to this video. It is a birthday video. So hope you like it. I appreciate y'all once again. You want to send me a gift? You can wait for my Cash App at the end of every episode. You can buy you some merch from the store, or you can get you a journal to help better yourself. And yeah, many more things coming to the stores that we have. And all right, I'm done. I'll tell y'all at the end.
The dark secret of the birthday song.
There is a dark secret to why we celebrate our birthdays. I don't know if it's a conspiracy theory or if it's true or not, but it blew my mind. So according to the legend and what I've heard, is that when we sing the happy birthday song, well, singing that song is actually part of a ritual used against us. I know it sounds crazy, but hear me out though. You notice how a happy birthday is like a chant? You light the candles, turn off a light, you all get in a circle, you start chanting, and then you blow out the candles. Tell me that's not portraying a ritual experience. Now let me tell you what I heard the ritual does. But first, what month and day were you born? Let me know down below. Anyways, it is said that when we do that, it's a ritual
and I was born on a
sealing
Sunday.
our fate to grow older. And that's why some people believe that people who don't celebrate their birthdays tend to look younger than they actually are. Now look, this is all conspiracy and it's circling around the internet right now. But it's kind of scary to think about that.
All right now.
You might not want to sing happy birthday after this.
Perky.
At a birthday party, the person celebrating has a cake with candles. The goal is to blow out the candles in the dark. When it's time to blow them out, you're in the dark and everyone in a circle sings happy birthday. Now, step back and think about it. Doesn't it seem like a ritual to blow out candles in the dark while everyone sings around you? And when the person blows out the candles, they make a wish. But here's the thing. Who are they wishing to, and who's supposed to make it come true? What if we've been unknowingly doing these secret ceremonies on the same day every year for a long time?
Yeah.
Like and follow for more thoughts like this.
Imagine being invited to a birthday party, but when you show up, it's some sort of weird demonic banquet. I am back with another spooky story. I'm gonna call the person who submitted the story Sky. So when Sky was about 20 years old, she had a very close friend named Kelsey. They worked together at the Express House, that's the local newspaper building, and they used to go out every weekend. They were extremely tight. But one weekend, things took a drastic turn and Sky never saw or heard from Kelsey again. So one day, Kelsey invited Sky to her mom's birthday party. And Sky was excited to go because she's always heard that, Kelsey's family liked her. But she never had a chance to meet them before. So Kelsey tells her to get there before 8 p.m. and not a second later, or she wouldn't be allowed inside. Now, Sky did think that was weird, but y'all know Trinbagonians. They never show up on time. ever. Anyway, to respect Kelsey's wishes, Sky shows up around 7:50 p.m. And before Sky can even knock on this door, Kelsey snatched the door open and dragged Sky inside. And Sky, being confused and a little scared, she's like, girl, what the hell's wrong with you? Why are you dragging me like that? Kelsey just laughed and said she was just excited to see her. But Sky felt that something was off. So Sky is looking around and she notices that the room was dark, no music was playing. She asked her if the party was over or canceled. Kelsey said, nope, you're right on time. That's when Sky looked around and noticed everybody in the room was dressed like royalty. The women were in cocktail and evening gowns, the men in full-blown suits. There was a long, beautifully decorated table in the center of the room, wine glasses, bottles of alcohol. The whole setup looked like it was made for a queen. Even Kelsey was in her finest clothes. But then, here goes Sky, in shorts, crop top, and some sneakers, thinking she was going to a backyard line. All eyes were on her. She never felt so uncomfortable in her life. And Kelsey leans in and tells her, like, this isn't a party, it's a banquet. That's when things got really strange. She took her to a seat in the back corner and told her to enjoy the night. About an hour, maybe an hour and a half in, something happened. A man dressed more impeccably than everyone else sat at the head of the table and began to laugh. But it wasn't like a normal laughter. It didn't even sound human. Suddenly, the room went dead silent. The air turned ice cold. Then, his body began to swell. I swear to you, it looked like he was being filled up, like how a balloon stretches when you pump it with water. His face twisted, turned, and warped like rubber. Then he opens his eyes, and I kid you not, his entire eyes were black. Not just the iris, but the whole thing, like a pure void. I was frozen, terrified. If y'all thought this was crazy, oh trust me, it gets crazier. About 20 to 30 minutes later, a woman jumped up from the table. She was small, beautiful, and then suddenly she just started screaming. This like loud blood-curdling shriek had every hair on Sky's body just standing up. Sky is startled, so she jumps up and backs up into the corner where she was sitting. Biggest mistake of her life. That woman turned and looked straight at Sky, her mouth wide open, tongue out, and her teeth looked jagged like something out of a dragon's mouth. Her eyes were gone, like the eyeballs were missing. Then she crouched down and jumped onto the wall like a fly. Sky says, I swear. She started crawling on the wall. Her head was twitching in impossible ways that would have unalived a normal person. And all the while, she was locked in on Sky. Didn't lose eye contact, not once. Sky couldn't move, she couldn't scream, she was frozen solid. It felt like her body was trapped in cement. I would love to go on with this story, but unfortunately, I'm gonna be late for work and I gotta go.
Girl, go follow her. Ain't that some bullshit? Just go find the second part, because she just posted this today. She said that that was sunscreen on her face. You can go to her channel and see about it if you want to.
Daughter was celebrating her first birthday without her father when this was captured.
Happy birthday, dear Bricky. Happy birthday to you. Make a wish. Make a wish. Make a wish.
And many more.
Right. Almost. Whoa. All right, Jackie. Oh, forgot. I don't want to know the details. All right, here, honey. The girl's got to have a present. This is from me. Yeah. Did you know? Should we pop the cake? Yeah. Jackie, press its pause.
Hope you're doing well. I'm feeling much better now, so whenever you can.
Please tell me something.
Hey, Carol. Hope you're doing well. I'm feeling much better now, so whenever you can, just come visit me, okay? Okay?
Shut up. No way.
That almost made me cry. That is so sweet.
That is not work. That is not work.
speak out loud to him, honey. Oh, that was sweet. I love that.
Okay, something weird just happened, and I want to know if anybody else is experiencing the same thing, or if I'm just mistaken, but I don't think I'm mistaken. So July 31st is my birthday.
It's my cousin's birthday.
And it's now April 30th, 2025 that you're seeing this. And at the beginning of the year, I have been planning my birthday trip to go to Barbados for Crop Over, which is a carnival. And I know for a fact that I saw July 31st, which is my birthday, being on a Friday. Okay? So I've planned everything, leaving the country on the 30th, which is a Thursday, enjoying Crop Over and spending a day in Barbados, and then coming back on the 6th. Crop Over ends, I think, on the 4th. We would spend a day on the 5th and come back on the 6th. And in my mind, July 31st, 2025 is on a Friday. I don't know if anybody else is experiencing the same thing, or if there are any other birthdays in here that are on July 31st. Can you comment and tell me what date of the week or what day of the week it fell on, or it's supposed to fall on? And to even confirm, I was talking to my younger cousin because we're changing plans. We decided, okay, we're going to go to Caravana instead, same dates. And I'm over here planning my trip on ChatGPT, trying to build an itinerary. And I see ChatGPT says July 31st is a Thursday. And I'm like, wait a minute. Why is it saying a Thursday? My cousin goes, no, July 31st is a Friday. So I can't be that crazy, okay?
So me can't be that crazy.
It's weird because it's the date that's my birthday, and I've been planning this from the beginning of the year. So I know what I'm talking about. I saw July 31st being a Friday, and I was so excited because I'm like, yeah, I have the whole weekend, blah, 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 blah. But it's on a Thursday? But then my little cousin is over here confirming that, no, it's a Friday. And I'm like, we're looking up the calendar now, trying to figure this out. The calendar says it's on a Thursday, but it wasn't on a Thursday. Yeah.
You might have just been looking at next year.
I need to know if anybody else is kind of noticing the same thing. Is anybody else supposed to have July 31st on a Friday, but now it's a Thursday?
What was days on last year?
What's going on? I know I'm not crazy, y'all. Anyway, so let me know in the comment section. Yeah. Just let me know.
That's a hell of a makeup job. Ooh. Don't blow them candles out.
Hey TikTok, I wanted to hop on here
and
share one last final update on the creepy anonymous birthday card I had received in the mail. I really believed that this case was going to go cold, but on contrary, I get to close the case and move on in peace. And so I really felt that I owed it to everybody to share this last and final update. Especially because when I first posted that, I really did not think that was going to get the kind of traction it did. That kind of blew my mind, not gonna lie. But as much as like when I got that card, I was definitely creeped out by it. I felt very unsettled. I felt it was necessary to be vigilant and act accordingly. But simultaneously, I still did make light of it. I still did put it on TikTok. I made it entertainment. I put the creepy music behind it. I wanted to also have fun with it while, like I said, also be like, kind of get to the bottom of things and be safe. So right or wrong, that's what I did. And I just want to thank everybody that did
I want to know what happened.
Engage with it and give me advice, show care, concern about my safety, and for also the humor that came with it, and just the internet being the internet. I wanted to start with that. But to finally reveal what's what, in the Elvis video I had posted with updates, I had mentioned that I had been waiting to hear back from one last final relative. And he was actually, out of everybody on our list, in my family, we thought if anybody, he was the most probable. And I say that because he has a slight case of autism coupled with drug-induced psychosis that he has had for years now. And so he does some off-the-wall things sometimes. And you never really know when to expect it. He's never sent birthday cards in the past. That wasn't part of like his character, but you just never really knew with him. So yeah, anyway, a couple days ago, he returned my dad's phone call and was like, hey, yeah, you were wondering about the birthday card I sent? Yeah, that was for me. In fact, he's like, that wasn't just for Brittany, that was actually also for you. And my dad's like, oh, because my dad's birthday is next week and mine was on 12/31. So he's like, the card is for you guys to share. Like, happy birthday. And my dad's like, well, thanks, but like, why no return address? And he's like, oh, I didn't remember my address. And my dad's like, okay, well, I know you didn't forget your name. Why couldn't you have signed your name? And he danced around that. God knows why, and my dad's like, well, just do us a favor next time. Please just sign your name. And he's like, okay, I will do that.
So there was a big discrepancy
anyways,
about
my dad
unsigned
reported
birthday
immediately
card?
that he got back to him about that.
Why is
and
that
we're both just like, phew, like, okay, well, we don't have to worry about that no more. Thank goodness. But it was still just like, dang, man, like, do you know what you put us through? Like, we were so creeped out. And I mean,
an anonymous birthday card?
It's pretty unanimous that most folks would be kind of creeped out if they got a card like that with no return address and no signature on the inside, and then just that card alone. It's like, who made that card? Like, that's just a weird card. Like, I would never in a million years pick out that card for somebody for their birthday. And yeah, so anyways,
if y'all know her story, let us know what was in the card, what happened.
Like I said, case closed. Outside of that, I'm going to leave this last TikTok I'm posting with, I still will never watch the movie Longlegs. No desire. And this could very well be the last TikTok I do ever post with what's coming up on Sunday. Hopefully that's not the case, but if it is, I just want to wish everybody well. And
all right.
Take care.
Thanks,
treat him nice and place him where there's a lot of light and water, but whatever you do, don't ever feed him any of your blood. This happened in Mexico, of course. Guys, if I sound a little weird, I'm still healing from my wisdom teeth. So this lady says that it was her birthday and she works at a school, and one of the teachers gifted her a duende. It was ugly, like it was an ugly little duende, and it even felt very negative. She says that when the teacher gifted it to her, she doesn't know if she was playing around or not, but she told her, place him where there's a lot of light and water, and whatever you do, do not feed him any of your blood. After the lady says that, all the teachers, including her, start laughing, and they're like, okay, well, this is a joke. So the day was over and she ends up packing all her gifts, including the duende, and she says that somebody that was a part of the faculty came up to her and was like, hey, be careful with that because it's not a joke. She was like, don't make a mistake and give him any of your blood or weird things like that. So obviously by this point she's a little freaked out, but she still ends up going home with the duende. So she says that she has has the duende in her hand when she's walking into the house, and she has a brother who she doesn't really get along with because he's very much like a big jokester and he's very aggressive. But the second that her brother sees that duende, he takes it from her hand and runs away. He basically ended up liking the duende and he kept it. And throughout the week, the mom would actually get mad because she would see him with the duende and she'd be like, what are you doing with that thing? You know I don't like that kind of stuff. And the daughter, she tried to explain to her that he took it from her. She also didn't like it, but at this point it was his because he's had it for a few days now and she didn't want it. And she explained to her that a teacher gave it to her as a joke. Side note, I just want to mention that the girl and her brother, they're adults. They're not children. They're grown adults that are still living with their parents. So she doesn't know how or when the brother overheard her talking to her mom about the duende. She's thinking that he overheard her explain to the mom how that lady had told her, don't let it take any of your blood or anything like that. And she says that one day he caught her off guard. He pricked one of her fingers, drew blood, and immediately swiped the duende on the blood that came out of her finger. What the fuck? So obviously she's looking at him like, what the fuck did you just do? And he tells her, what? I've been giving the duende some of my blood every day. She says that that very same day, strange things started happening in their home. She says that very night that she's laying in bed trying to go to sleep, she hears little footsteps all around her room. And mind you, there's no little kids. They don't even have pets. She says that she can hear the little footsteps coming like close to where she's laying. And a few moments later, she can hear her brother screaming from his bedroom. She gets up, she runs towards the brother's room, and that's where she meets up with her parents too. They turn the light on and they're like, what's going on? And the brother tells them that something is moving his bed. So the days would pass and she explains how every day something strange happens. For example, she will walk into her bedroom and as she walks in, a random book just moved by itself. She goes into the living room and a whole chair will slide like in front of her eyes. She said that she even sees like her clothes moving, and it happens every time she walks into a room, almost as if something is waiting to tell her, hey, I'm here. Her brother starts waking up every day with new bruises, scratches on his back, and at this point he is terrified. So she says that one day her and her brother were in the living room watching TV, and they hear when the mom comes in, and when she comes to the living room she starts screaming at them, like getting after them for some reason. She says that they hadn't done anything and they were just sitting there watching TV, and the mom was like, I cannot believe that you guys are watching TV this late at night and your dad isn't even home. You guys need to get up and come with me. I'm gonna take you to your dad so you can get in trouble. So she says that her and her brother are just looking at each other like, what the fuck? Because again, they're both adults. They're not kids. And the mom was like screaming at them like they were. But they were like, okay, like fuck it, let's just go along with it and we'll go in the car with her. Once they get in that car and are on the road, the mom turns to them and say, when I walked into the living room, there was a shadow behind you guys. I literally just got chills. She was like, we're not returning back home until we get rid of that thing. So the entire weekend they were moving into some of their family members' homes, and even those family members started experiencing things in their homes as well. She says that she wasn't there when it happened, but the mom actually got a priest to go into their home, bless it, and take that little duende figurine away. And after that, everything thankfully stopped. So if you want to listen to this in Spanish, it's from Hablemos de lo que no existe, and this is what the video will look like. I love listening to them in Spanish because they're a lot scarier than in English. I really hope that brother was apologetic after that and maybe nicer after that, because what the heck. But anyways, what do you guys think?
Yeah, that teacher knew what she was doing. That's what I think.
There's a dark secret to why we celebrate our birthdays. I don't know if it's a conspiracy theory or if it's true, but it blew my mind. So according to the stories and what I've heard is, you know how we chant, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you. Well, chanting that is actually a ritual against us. Oh, these noodles taste like your mom's booty. And you know how I like your mom's booty. I know it sounds crazy, like but hear me out though. You notice how happy birthday is like a chant. You light the candles, turn off a light, you all get in a circle, you start chanting, and then you blow out the candles. Tell me that's not portraying a ritual experience. Now let me tell you what I heard the ritual does. But first, what month and day were you born? Let me know down below. I want to know what sign you are.
What's your
me,
birthday?
I was born August 29th, and I'm a Virgo. Anyways, it is said that when we do that, it's a ritual that's sealing our fate to grow older. And that's why some people believe that people who don't celebrate their birthdays tend to look younger than they actually are. Now look, this is all conspiracy and it's circling around the internet right now. But it's kind of scary to think about.
I don't know. I never heard that last part. You celebrate your birthday, you look older. That's my first time. Well, second time, because they said it earlier in the video.
Is my 35th through maybe 37th birthday today. And so I guess happy birthday to me. In honor of that, I was going to share a birthday story that happened to me.
I don't have an age.
So
I'm ageless.
when I was about 16, 17, it was my birthday. And my friends were like, hey, we should go do something cool. So in town, there is this place called the Bartonville Insane Asylum, or the Peoria State Hospital. And it's this old abandoned, like, you know, mental hospital that was built like in the 1800s, and it ran until like 1940s and then shut down. And this place is known to be like really, really haunted. And so all these stories and stuff, you know, have came out of the place, and we're like, yeah, let's go to the, you know, insane asylum. So we set off that night. We drive there, and there's like this big old building that was remaining at the time, and you had to park on the side of it. And then you would have to sneak around and go to this other building that was like abandoned, go in and go through the basement to get to the main building. So we parked the cars, we got out, we snuck into this place, and we go down into the basement. We get lost in this like maze of tunnels that are underneath this place. And, you know, all we have are like these two tiny little flashlights, and we could like barely see. So we stumble upon this like, you know, hole, and it maybe was like 2 to 3 feet high. And my friends are like, hey, you're small enough, like you could get through there, like see what's on the other side of this hole, see where it goes.
Oh, like
so
a tunnel.
I go down this hole, and like, you know, I'm on my hands and knees crawling through it, and it was just like pitch black. I couldn't see anything. I get out, and I come into this room, and like I realize this is like the morgue. And that tunnel thing that I just went down was like some kind of like body chute where they would slide the bodies down into the morgue. And like I said, in the darkness, I got this tiny little flashlight, and here is the morgue. And like you could see the you know, like the little containers they'd pull out and they'd put the bodies in, and there was like sheets, and there was like gurneys and stuff. And I didn't have anything weird happen to me. It just felt like really, really creepy in this room. And so I didn't want to be in there that long. I crawled back up the tunnel and like went into the main corridor where my friends were. So we walk around a little bit more, and we're still lost. We have no idea where we're at. And
are you in a hospital? Abandoned hospital? Like, I missed that part. Did he say that?
There's another tunnel. Like, me and you can fit down this one. Let's like go see where this leads. So me and him go down into this tunnel, and it takes us out into like this big room. And I just remember shining the light on the walls, and there were like shackles where they would chain people up. And I'm assuming what it looked like to me was this was some kind of tank where they would chain the patients, and they would fill it with water and like submerge them. And because at the time, I'm assuming they thought that drowning them would cure them of their mental illness. And I just remember it was really creepy.
Oh, he said it was an asylum
still hanging on the wall.
But what?
And it must have been that day, you know, only like 32 degrees outside. But for some reason in that room, it got really, really warm, like really fast. And I just had this bad feeling like something was going to happen. And we looked at those chains on the wall, and they all started rattling. And me and my friend just like jumped in that tunnel and got out of there as fast as we could.
Okay.
we get back into that like main corridor of hallways, and me and the friends, we end up like just getting out of there because we were too freaked out to continue on. And thankfully we did find our way out, but yeah, they end up tearing the place down, but a lot of people have had strange encounters there at the mental hospital.
I saved this one for last because it's either going to make you think I'm insane, or you're going to be like, this guy's onto something. And if you're part of the option B, you and me, we're like this. We're in the same... Ignore that. Ignore that. This one is the birthday song. The birthday song. Happy birthday to you. That one. Now, if you're in the creepy part of TikTok and Instagram and all that, you may have heard rumors about this song. I'm here to expand on those rumors. Run it.
There are many out there that believe the beloved Happy Birthday song is actually a satanic chant and part of a demonic ritual. I admit I only recently heard of this theory and did some research. Some claim that the song is only part of it, and that the act of blowing out candles is actually a bigger threat. Candle magic is a practice associated with the occult. Blowing out the candles while making a wish is thought to be a way of
you're not
invoking
supposed to blow out the
forces.
candles. You're supposed to let them burn till they're
Others
done.
claim the song was originally composed as part of a supposed aging ritual. Ever wonder why we kill the lights, gather in a circle, and make a secret wish? Who are we making the wish to?
Too? That's crazy.
I did some digging on the history of birthday candles. In the 15th century, people would celebrate their birthdays with bread-like cake, without any candles. It was not until 1746 that birthday candles were invented. They were first used by a man named Nikolaus Ludwig, Count von Zinzendorf, who wanted a lavish birthday celebration.
That was one whole name.
To do this, he put candles on his birthday cake, the number of candles corresponding to his age, and influenced the birth of what we view today as a normal birthday tradition.
I'm not crazy, she's crazy. I'm not crazy, she's crazy.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
No.
And then it instantly makes you want to sing along.
I don't know if I can ever go to another birthday celebration again. Don't invite me to your birthdays. Unless they're bangers. If they're bangers, you invite me. Bangers only. I'll be starting a new series soon. I already have some in mind. But if you guys have any suggestions for new series or anything else you'd like to see or know more about, leave it in the comments below. Pray for me. I just listened to a bunch of cursed songs, all back to back. They weren't back to back for you guys, but for me they were. If I made it to posting this video, that means I'm probably okay. But we'll see.
A group of 18-year-olds decided to use a Ouija board one day, asking very disturbing questions. The first question that started it all was, will one of us die soon? And the Ouija board said yes. And through a series of questions, they had figured out that one of their deaths will be on one of their 21st birthdays. More specifically, a car crash in an American-made car, such as Ford. Needless to say, the next 3 years for them were very anxiety-filling. For the second person's 21st birthday, her parents had bought her a Ford car. When her friends went to go look for her, they could not find her anywhere, but her car was missing. And unfortunately, it was found totaled on the side of the road with her not alive inside.
Wow. That's crazy. That gave me chills.
You know what the rarest birthdays are? No. So recently, census reports have found which birthdays are the most rare and which birthdays are the most common that people have.
I think mine's pretty common. I know like 3 people with my birthday.
So before I tell you the most rare birthdays, I'm gonna tell you like the most common ones that like majority of people have. The 5th most common is September 10th. The 4th most common is September 17th. And the 3rd most common is September 12th. The 2nd most common is September 19th. And the most common, the most ununique birthday you could have, where a majority of people are born on, is September 9th.
What with all the September?
Okay, so now I'm gonna tell you the most rare birthdays that hardly anybody is born on. It's like super rare. So the 5th most rare birthday is January 2nd, and the 4th most rare birthday is July 4th, and the 3rd most rare birthday is December 24th, and the 2nd rarest birthday is January 1st.
I know somebody with all 3 of them birthdays.
The most rarest birthday anybody could have is December 25th. Also, anyone born on the 13th of any month is super rare because doctors and like certain parents have superstitions that think the 13th is cursed, so doctors never want to deliver babies on the 13th.
Okay, I honestly never met someone with those birthdays. Comment your birthday below.
Love you, Mama, we love you. Mama, we love you. Mama, we love you. Mama, we just wanna tell you that we adore you. Mama, we just wanna tell you that we love you.
That was cute. They sound really cute together too. Even that tone is creepy.
Hey, Kuwish! Sino nagpatay ng ilaw?
Eating the chocolate cake. That's what I got from that.
Guys, organ harvesting is real, and please be careful out there. You need to be safe, yourself and children. So this African family, they live in like apartment complex, and below them had like this family, a couple that lived there. So shortly after this couple moved out, and then this new couple, they saw them moving in because they saw the removal van. But anyway, after a while, these new tenants have moved straight into this new apartment, knocked on the woman's door, and then she said, "Oh, hi, I am so, I live downstairs and we've just moved in here. Our son is having a birthday party, and I have noticed that you've got a child who is similar age to our son, so we'd like to invite you because we are new to the area, we do not know anyone in the area, and therefore we would like to obviously get to know yourself, so hence we're inviting you." She gave them the date, the time, and said that it's going to be the next Saturday. The horror that happened will really shock you. Tell me why. The Saturday come, the woman was busy cleaning, and then she wanted to finish cleaning, then take the child to the birthday party. She could hear music coming downstairs from their apartment, so she obviously thought there was a birthday party going on. Fast forward, the lady decided to then come and knock on this African woman's door that they invited the kid to come to the birthday party, and then said, "Oh, it's obviously over time and we haven't seen your child, you haven't brought your child yet, so I just wanted to find out if you're still coming or not." So the woman was like, "Oh yeah, you know, it's weekend, I'm busy, I'm cleaning, I'm doing other stuff, and then I was waiting when I finished, then I can bring my child over." So she was like, "Oh, since you're busy cleaning, there's no rush, you can just like, I can take your kid with me, and then they will be bonding together with our child, and when you're done and your husband comes off from work, then you can come to the party and join." So the woman obviously heard the music. After it, she said, "That's fine, not a problem." She gave the kid, which is mistake number one, it's red flag, she shouldn't have done that at all. So anyway, she takes the kid there, and then after a while she thought, "I'm just going to go check and see if he's okay." So he goes over to their apartment, he knocks on the door a couple of times, no one answered. Red flag number two. You would think that she would obviously, you know, try and knock even harder or probably ring the police. She didn't. She thought, okay, my son is enjoying himself, or maybe they're having fun because, you know, it's a birthday party, music is going, food, all sorts. So she leaves it and she goes back to carry on doing her cleaning. Her husband gets back home from work and then said, oh, where is our son? She was like, oh yeah, remember the birthday party that I told you about? He's over there now. So the husband said, okay, not a problem, we will go there after a while. So after a while, they decided to go back down there, her and her husband. They knocked on the door, they couldn't hear anything, no response, but the music was still coming out from there, and they decided to ring the police. Police got there, knocked, no answer. They had to break the door down and go in. They get in there, apartment is completely empty. There's nothing in the apartment. So they proceeded to the bedroom, and what they saw was the most shocking, horrific, horror thing that, you know, no one would ever imagine. They saw their lifeless child laid on the floor. He's gone. They unalived him. They took out his organs and they flee. Yeah. So they are now in tears and they don't even know what to do. But at the end of the day, this is a life lesson to people who trust people anyhow. At the end of the day, you do not even know these people. How could you possibly just hand over your kid to someone like that? Be careful out there. Organ harvesting is real. So be safe. I'd like for you to comment your opinions, your ideas, your thoughts on this whole story. Let me know what you think about this whole story. So drop them down in the comment section below. I will be reading them all and it's much appreciated. Thank you.
What would you do? But you reached the end of another video. That was a great video dedicated to all the Geminis who are celebrating their solar return for this season. Again, thank you for all the birthday wishes. I'm sure they're coming, so I'm gonna thank you now. And if you want to support or give me a present, please get you some merch, get you a journal, help your self-love guide to empowerment and just healing yourself from the inside out. And merch up, get you some cups, get you some sweatshirts, get you some tank tops, get you some hats. You can get anything with the logos. There's about 5-6 different logos to choose from. You do have to go on the website and scroll down and you can look at the different options. And Cash App is at the end of every video. A dollar helps. Thank you. I appreciate you. And then anything that's free, you can like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, okay? That's free, and it's kind, and it's a nice gesture for those of you who are not kind. It's just something nice to do. But I appreciate y'all. I appreciate your time. I love life. I'm grateful for life. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for you guys. I'm grateful for YouTube. I'm grateful for the internet, honey. And yeah, just love life and life will love you back. Live life to the fullest. Faith over fear. Don't have no regrets. And try everything at least once if it's not going to hurt you or kill you or make you sick. Okay? I love y'all. I appreciate you. And Ashe.
What do you lie down when you hanging? Open my third eyes on my way. I'ma open my one eye, be in dimension. You hold my body, but I'm not a Christian. I'm not a religion, but you two are true. If this is how the